Hey Colts, welcome to Tips for Using Google Slides for School. As with all your Google apps, once you log into your Chromebook, just click on the waffle and go to your drive. Click on New and hover on Google Slides. You can choose to start with a template, which helps give your presentation a professional, consistent look. But today we're going to start from a blank presentation so you can see all the ways you can format your own slides. Just like with Google Docs, you should first title your presentation so you can find it easily, and then make sure it's stored in your class folder. Just click that folder icon and move it if necessary. You can see that even in a blank slide, it will start with two text boxes for your title slide. If you don't want to use that format, just click on the line of the box and press backspace to delete it. You may also change the format of those boxes by dragging the blue boxes around the edges. If you don't use one of the text boxes, it's important to delete it or else it will show up on your final presentation. Give your presentation a title and add your name as the author. You can see that the toolbar is very similar to the tools in Google Docs. If we want to insert something, we start with the Insert option. To create effective slides, you want to start with clear, compelling images that help communicate your message. Click on Insert or the image icon. If you don't have an image on your computer that you want to use, choose Search the Web. This will bring up pictures that are copyright-free and legal for you to use. When you find one you like, click once on it and click Insert, or just double-click on it to insert it in your slide. Notice that the picture is covering up the text. To fix this, click on the picture, go to Arrange and Order to change the order of your layers. Choose Send to Back to move the picture behind the text. Now the text is in front, but it's covering up a key part of the picture. You can experiment with moving your text boxes around, changing the font color and size, and adding a fill color to the box to make the words show up better. You can also make the fill color semi-transparent, so there's a little bit of color but the picture still shows through. Just click on the paint bucket to choose a color, then go back to the bucket, click on Custom, and adjust the transparency. Move your text box around until you find a location that allows your picture to show well and your text to be clearly readable. Those steps are a good way for you to learn how to make formatting changes in your slides. But after you insert your own text and image, you may also click on Explore in the lower right corner and choose a design already set up for your own content. These options will also help you learn how to format slides effectively. Let's look at what else we can insert on a slide. First, let's make a new slide. You may do this by clicking on the plus in the upper left, or click Slide and New, or click the down arrow next to the plus and choose a preset template for your next slide. I want a picture and a small text box, so I'm going to choose this one. To add a bulleted list, click on the bulleted list icon and start typing. You may do the same with numbered lists. When you present your slides, you can set it so the bullets only show up one at a time. Just click on your text box, go to Insert, Animation, then choose By Paragraph, either when you click or automatically after the previous slide. Click on Play to see how it looks. While we're in animations, let's see what else can be animated. Notice that you can't animate it unless you have chosen something in your slide. So let's click on the picture and then insert an animation. If I choose for it to fade in, that means the picture won't show up until I want it to, either when I click or after or with the previous animation. You may also add a transition for your slides, but be careful. Too much flipping or cubes might make your audience a little seasick. It's best to choose the same animation for all your slides so you don't distract your audience. If you want to change the format of the text, press Ctrl-A to select it all, then choose from your options in the toolbar: font style, size, bold, italic, or underline, font color, highlighting, etc. I can also go back to Explore to see suggestions for layouts. Some other format options include adding shapes. Click on Insert Shapes and choose one. If you double-click in that shape, it will become a text box. Like any text, you may change the size, style, etc. Drag on the blue boxes to change the shape size. Click the paint bucket to change the fill color. Now let's illustrate that text with a picture. I love the dog here, but that background isn't so great. We know we can crop it with the black bars, or click the arrow next to the crop option and choose a shape for the picture. The pencil is your outline color, so you can change that outline and also make it thicker. Let's say you want to connect these shapes since they go together. Just click the line option and you'll see these dots, which will link your two shapes. Now if you move one of them, the shapes will stay linked. You may also insert audio files into a slide, but you need to have those audio files already in your Google Drive. Notice that there isn't an option for searching the web for audio files. Once you insert the audio, you can choose to have it start playing as soon as the slide opens, or not start playing until you click. You can have your audio keep playing or looping, or you can have it stop when you go to the next slide. If you want to insert a video on your slide, you may search YouTube for one, or if you already have the URL, just paste it in. Or you may insert one of your own videos from your drive. If you only want to show part of the video when you present, you can choose which part and it will automatically start and stop at just that part. Choose if you want the video to start on its own and whether or not you want the audio to play as well. You may also insert a table on a slide and easily choose how many columns and rows you need. Adjust the formatting the same as you would with any text box, but also right-click on a column to see more options. If you want to link to a website where you got your information, just select the text you want to link, copy the web address of your source, click the link icon, paste, and apply. If you and a classmate are working on this project together, first share the slides with them just like you would a Google Doc. Be sure to give them editor rights so that they can work with you. You and your classmates can comment on slides to communicate about your work. Use the plus key to assign a comment to make sure they get an email notification. If one of your classmates accidentally deletes a lot of the work and you don't realize it until later, you can go into the version history, find the version that you want, and restore it back. Finally, here are some basic tips about presenting slides. You don't want to overwhelm or distract your audience with too much on the slides and too much movement. Don't get carried away with animations and transitions. Simpler is better. You also don't want to put too much text on a slide. Stay away from full sentences and paragraphs. Instead, use just a few words, maybe a list, and then write out full sentences in your speaker notes. That's what you will say to the audience, so you need to be specific and explain your points as you speak, but your audience only needs to see key words on your slides. There's a lot more you can do with Google Slides, but these tips should get you started so you can effectively present and share your work with your teachers and classmates.